Oh, hello and welcome back to the Velvet Loop. How delightful, right? Today, we are going to be having a little bit of a subject. So, for us to just go in about this week in general, though, as any longtime viewers have probably noticed that I didn't do any live streaming at all. That is because I got immensely sick with what may very well possibly been COVID, and am on the end road of that, it seems. At least I personally think I sound better, considering I went from being almost completely illegible, incapable of breathing, swallowing, or drinking anything without actually hoarding, to where I am now. So the plan is to hopefully do the Monday stream the day you see this video. So hopefully things get back in the road, because while I still feel a bit, I think I'm in a position to be much better in that regard, though. Anyway, though, with that said, I spent pretty much Monday to fucking Friday just going to bed. I did stay home on Tuesday, but other than that, I worked Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I worked Monday to see if we had a policy still on COVID, because I didn't know what the fuck it was right now. Because the reason I think it's a very good chance it's COVID is because my dad actually tested positive with COVID. But they don't have any policy. It's just like a normal fucking cold to them. So it was basically I have to take time off on my own. Week was always full shit, so there would always be... Anyway, I took Tuesday off, which ended up being good, because that was probably the worst day when it comes to the blowing out of shit out of your head of that. Anyway, though, main point. Feeling better, so hopefully I get better, but I spent basically every waking moment fucking sleeping for the most part. So I didn't really get a review edited for this Monday, hence, yeah, this. Anyway, on the upside, a lovely topic came up during this week, though, along with a few other things. But a topic that I think most people would probably know that I would hold very, very strong opinions on. Ubisoft's, the director of subscriptions, I believe. Of course, no bias at all. There's nothing bias here at all. Nope. But, so... this person's like, gamers need to get used to not owning their video games. Like there's no, oh, really? You, the director of subscriptions, wouldn't have some alternative motive to wanting to, give that opinion or anything, would you? Also, fuck you. Anyway, yeah, this is stupid. Obviously, I hold a very strong disopinion on that, like, for everything. Like, even, look, I'm not against digital shit. I'm against not having ownership rights over the shit you have. And the problem with digital in that sense is that a good 90% digital shit, you don't get any fucking ownership. And that's why I don't like digital for the most part, in my own personal opinion. However, I do have GOG games. I do have a Humble Bundle account with lots of DRM free stuff. I'm not against downloads. I'm against not owning your fucking shit. And people just continuously don't seem to understand that. Just continuously. And, we've had several examples of moments of people having their digital shit stripped from them. And we continue to see dead brain takes about this kind of topic, being like, oh, what are you afraid of? Wait a minute, what happened to all those movies I had on HBO Max? Oops. But, yeah, it's a really stupid thing. Digital and physical have a place. There's literally no reason to not continue having physical as an option. Now, if we were to drop physical and everything became DRM free, I wouldn't have a problem anymore. Of course, that's not happening in hell's way, especially when it comes to fucking consoles. Consoles are not going to be in a DRM free situation anytime soon without piracy becoming an involvement of that. So that's not happening, and there's no chance of hell. So hence why physical shit is still mostly desirable when it comes to gaming space of that. But you'll keep having these drones that have to go on about, oh, you need to stop caring. Need to stop caring. And the ones that really get me are the ones that want to try and throw the environment at you, like, oh man, you support bad shit for the environment, like, having a server on 24/7, using electricity, even when nobody's playing the game or anything, on constantly wanting every minute, every hour, every day, every month until it's shut down, doesn't contribute to pollution in any way at all. I mean, after all, I buy a disc and it sits on my shelf, not on 24/7, every minute of every hour of every day of every month of every year until it's shut down. Totally is somehow producing carbon emissions all the time, right? Like, people, look, yes, physical goods cause pollution too. I'm not saying they're pure and out, but the people are like, oh, digital is the future. There's literally nothing wrong it does at all. It's pure and heavenly. Like, wake up. Can you wake up from reality for 5 seconds and fucking take a look at things? Okay? Now, whether you want to make an argument of which one does more or less, I'm not getting the symmetrics of that. Certainly, arguments can be made in different ways. But it's just the case of ownership. When you're paying a lot of money for something, you have the fucking right to own it. Okay? I don't understand this fucking whole, oh, you'll own nothing and you'll like it mindset. Just accept it. Like, fuck you. Fuck you if you support that shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Like, that is... It makes no sense. You are the most corporate zombie drone I've ever heard of in my life. Like, you're literally, like, speaking corporate blah, blah, blah for people in suits to make more money. Like, it's just... It makes my head hurt so much. Like, you think it wouldn't be so hard to fucking understand at all, but some people, what the fuck is wrong with some people? I'm just glad, I have a giant collection. When the gaming industry ends up like the movie industry, and anyone does hardly fucking own anything, when that moment does happen, I can just sit down comfortably knowing I have plenty more shit than my lifetime to enjoy, and let the remains of whatever the fuck is in the game industry just burn in flames. Because, that's what it feels like every year to me. Just every year, it just feels like it's getting worse and worse and worse. Now, there's still a lot of hope in Japan, but, the western side of things just feels so fucking dead to me for the most part. Like, Baldur's Gate 3 is probably the most recent example of a good thing coming out of the West in the ages. Like, it's just... You look at, so much shit has came out in the West that's just absolute utter garbage, poor state, and just rehash shit with, The Last of Us. Like, seriously. Do we really just need to do, just make a port or something? What the fuck? A whole new version for $70. It will kill your wallet and be on your shelf. Except probably not. There'll be a code in a box probably. I don't know. It's just... I don't know that for a fact, obviously. But then it just feels like the West is just continuously fucking out of ideas. We gave up Sony Japan for this, man. Well, Sony did. I didn't give up on Sony Japan. Sony gave up on Sony Japan with a sad state of affairs, man. PS5 still has hardly anything really interestingly exclusive to the fucking thing, too. Few interesting Asian games, though. I got like one that's I actually tried on my PS5. Still like still want to kind of start something on the PS5 of interest. But just so many PS4 things to do. Ugh. But yeah. And of course, this kind of shit is on top of things like Best Buy's rumors of getting rid of DVD media. And then there was a thing about Walmart that actually just a few days ago. Now, this was going around leaked from Cheap Ass Gamer. So somebody shared a supposed email about Walmart at about Xbox software that supposedly, this ought to be interesting too. If you happen to have an Xbox, maybe you might want to try it. Supposedly of Monday, today, the day you're watching this video right now, that Starfield will be marked down to 3 cents and will be filled and destroyed. That's right. Now, if you're lucky, you can maybe grab a copy, get lucky it checks out as 3 cents, and the employee just lets you buy it for 3 cents. People have said and claimed they've done that before. I've heard of cases of that, but I've never personally experienced it. But supposedly that's supposed to mark Walmart's exiting of carrying Xbox software in a physical sense, which is another... Now, it's not really a big shocker, in my opinion, for them to drop Xbox. Xbox has completely diluted most of its BIOS to worship download. Now, I do want to state, I know I'm harsh about digital shit, but if you like digital shit, if you understand that what you're giving up for digital shit's convenience, especially when it comes to like saving money on the Game Pass and stuff, because not everyone's they're wanting to be passionate about games. Some people just want to play the games and then move on to a next game, not really caring about owning it and stuff. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. If you understand that and that's what you're in on Xbox, that's fine. But yeah, most Xbox people, that's how most Xbox, they treat it like a rental box thing. Using Game Pass for the most part. Like the physical ownership collecting aspect on Xbox is a dying breed. And that's why when there's a new limited game or something that's going to do that, which is interesting, Red Art Games just announced actually basically getting partnered with Xbox. So now I guess we're going to start seeing Red Art Games put stuff on Xbox, which... that'll be curious, because I don't see a lot of some of the, choice indie games making that leap. Probably going to be for, Pacific big-name titles, probably, would be my special guess on that. But, yeah. I think there's going to definitely be a decline on Xbox if one doesn't always consider to be one. I pretty much always have. It is a bit sad, but the Xbox has pretty much betrayed physical blows, and the fact that you need online access to even start up the thing until somebody actually gets around that. There will always be a problem of playing your stuff legitimate on an Xbox in the future down the road when the service no longer has servers, which will make it difficult, because a common practice with video game stores is to wipe the console. So that's going to make it interesting how that will be handled when they can't do that anymore without basically essentially breaking it. So, yeah, that's not good. I know I've said before, and I said again, I don't think physical is ending anytime soon. Obviously, there are very bad and concerning signs. There's no denying that at all. There's been very concerning signs going on when it comes to physical media going on. But I don't think it's going to end. Limited companies, I think, are going to push to continue show, especially on both Nintendo and Sony's end. There are still very strong people who want to collect and own games on those platforms. Well, Microsoft has fell to the waste side on that. I would not be surprised if Microsoft's next console could very well be the first time we have a console without a disk drive or any kind of a input for a physical media thing of some kind. I think it could very well be possible to happen with Microsoft. I don't think we're going to see it super soon with Sony and Switch yet, or with whatever Nintendo pushes out next. I think it would be bad, unexpected, and a lot of negative plus. A lot of lost revenue with a lot of these limited prints and indie games. Like, the money, man. It's money, easy money too. They don't even have to fucking do anything. They just have all these other companies do shit, and they just collect money out of it. So I mean, like, I don't see them getting rid of it that easy. Now, that's from just simply money. There is, of course, the aspect of just wanting to gut it. In other words, knowing that they're going to experience some losses in the long term, they could just be like, gut it. We're going to go for the future. We're going for it. Everyone's just going to have to get used to it. And that's a possibility. That can always be a possibility that I don't think is very likely. I would be generally surprised if they full hard went to the next console with no input for physical media form. I don't think it would be smart right now. You can argue and cry all you want about declines. There's still lots of good evidence showing that physical sales are still good in a lot of ways, and for subtitles, really high. Like, there was a number of Switch games that have had really high, impressive first-week sales just physically. So it's not dying. It's not dead. It may have some decline in certain ways. But of course, you gotta also keep like, a lot of people don't keep in mind, a lot of this stuff is fudged in certain databases depending on what you're looking at. You gotta keep in mind what is being presented to you exactly and what things are being combined in that. Because there's a lot of, like... So, one thing to keep in mind when you see things about, like, digital sales, is it just the base game? DLC, add-ons, costumes, little thingamabobs? What about free gift download stuff for costumes and things? Like certain things just lump that all together and be like, look, it produced so much money. And people will just take it as, like, base game downloads and that. Like, it's... A lot of times we're not presented very good breakdowns of some of this data at times. And I think that's very harmful in presenting factual stuff. Because, I mean... And that goes for physical stuff, too. Don't just think all charts about physical media is 100% true. Like, people obviously will try to sometimes fudge things and merge certain statistics to make the numbers look nicer. So, like, it's just like anything else. It's important to keep certain respectable amount of research on the subject matter. But at the end of the day, I think it is a biased director obviously being biased towards what the fuck their job is. They are in charge of subscribers, and subscribers means you can't really own your game because you're basically renting it. So please stop buying print media, he says. Okay, he didn't really say that, but I mean, like, you get what I mean. I meant that as a sarcastic thing. Basically, though, he is white in a way that if they want that kind of model to shoot off, people obviously have to accept that model more. And they're going to find that harder to do with Sony and Nintendo people. Microsoft has adopted their main audience to do that a lot. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them have basically been, if you don't like this and you're sticking with it, then it's like, I don't know what you're doing. But, yeah. Not really much to do. I don't think there's much hope for Microsoft changing course from where they are. They're going to go the Netflix stat And, I mean, leading some of the latest things from Microsoft seems to really point in the direction that they're really getting ready to start pushing the service onto other things, like other consoles, which is something they've talked about before, wanting to be on Nintendo, get Game Pass on Nintendo and that. Like, really actually go in that Netflix service kind of direction on everything. And I wouldn't be surprised by that either. It really seems like the future Microsoft is going with. So, but this is about Ubisoft. And Ubisoft has been very notorious for having, especially on the PC side of shit, needing to sign up for all those stupid shit and stuff. Well, console is usually it's been like optional, but on PC it's been very mandatory to have their whatever the fucking Ubisoft store, whatever the hell fucking shit on your computer with it, and then it's like, ugh. I don't know. I'm not even sure what the last time I played a Ubisoft game was, to be quite honest. Like, yeah, I'm not sure. I think maybe it was that For Honor, I think. I got for PlayStation Plus free. I think that was the last time I played a Ubisoft game in recent memory, I think. I can't really say I'm a very big Ubisoft person. I'm really thinking back of it. I'm not really sure what's the last time I liked a Ubisoft game. Like, PS2 era or something with JRPGs they brought over. I'm not really sure. I'd have to actually look back on that. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Ubisoft titles. And the ones I usually do like are stuff they didn't have anything to do with other than localizing in the Dark Ages. So, yeah, it's not exactly a cup that I'm all magically crying tears about either, to be fair. But it's not really surprising to me Ubisoft would chase that kind of audience since they've been introducing microtransactions of the predatory kind into the games lately. So, not really that shocking, to be honest, but yeah, for sure. Anyway, though, I know a lot of this stuff has been very depressing stuff to weed over the last several months. The whole Best Buy getting with media and Walmart's rumor shit has been storing around for a while and still is and that. So, it is what it is, but yeah, I think for us who like Japanese media and stuff, I don't think it's just gonna magically poof for us anytime completely soon and that. But yeah, if you're a big fan of the Western side of things, yeah, the Western side of gaming is going to start going into a darker path more sooner than everything else, in my opinion. But I guess it's just what it is. Anyway, though, I apologize for not having a review out for today because of my cold and that. I just tried to do my best to stay sleeping and recover fast. So now we will hopefully work on that this week now that I'm feeling mostly better. Pardon me. Oof. That one got a little loose out there. Anyway, though. So we'll see about that. But anyway, let me know what you think on the whole topic. I'm sure some of you have your own 2 cents you'd love to add down in the comments. And I will see you next time, somewhere on this maddening path of life on the Velvet Room's road to the future. Until next time, be careful out there on the proving grounds. You wouldn't want to run into the wrong thing, you know.